Hello, everybody. Coming at you live, Miss Primetime Reviews on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. At least I hope it's beautiful everywhere. It's really nice here where I'm at in Omaha. I don't know if I said that before, but I am coming at you live from Omaha, Nebraska, from the Midwest, where there are more than five living black people. Always hear that every time I say I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, from people who are not from here. It is 2018, and they still believe that there are no black people in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know why, but like black people can't farm. No, we are not on the farms. We are in the city. But anyway, today we are going to talk about Black Ink Chicago. And the episode that we're reviewing is season 4, episode 4. And the title of the show was called, let me make sure I get it right, A Whole New Squad. Now, if you can recall, in the last episode of Black Ink Chicago, Ryan, he had found a new shop after he closed down the old shop. Well, actually, I wouldn't even consider it closed. He left the old shop, left all his old crew there, tore the shop up, vandalized it, shot it up, put bullet holes in the walls and everything. Like, how you do that? Is that how they get down in Chicago when they tired of their co-workers? They just vandalize the buildings, shoot bullet holes in the walls, and tear up everything, all the furniture and everything. And it was his own shop. Not cool, Ryan. Not cool. You got everybody pissed off at you. The whole entire crew is pissed off at you. And I think the one that's pissed off the most is Charmaine because during this episode, she finds out that on I don't know if it was Instagram or whatever, but it was on social media. She was checking her social media while the old Nine Mag crew was kicking it and turning up, playing pool. It looks like it was at a pool house or something. She had noticed on her phone that Ryan had posted that he had was opening up a new shop and hiring for new interns, new staff. Um, Basically, he's about to have a career fair. And Charmaine, I guess she's mostly upset. Well, they all upset, but she's mostly upset because she's like, he left with no explanation, no reason. Everybody done put into Nine Mag, over the last, I think they was together like 5 or 6 years. I don't know. But anywho, so she's going off and going on and on and on, pissed off. And Forrest's like, you know what? If we don't mess with Ryan like that, why is you so mad? And I'm with you for. I mean, Charmaine, she's really turning up. And I'm sorry, but Charmaine, it wasn't like you was a tattoo artist. I think what was her job? Was it in advertisement, media, posting on Facebook, Instagram, specials, sales? I don't know. Anyway, so four is like, you know what? If we not messing with him, let's move on. We gotta, we still family, we still crew, we still looking out for each other. Lily kind of broke down because, she don't really got people there. Ryan brought her all the way from, I don't even remember where she came from. I don't know if it was, I can't remember which state she came from, but she has no family there. So Nine Mag is basically her family, and she's still trying to build up her customers, her clientele, So she was just basically getting started. So, I really, like I said last episode, the one I feel sorry for the most is Lily. So, after, Floor goes off telling Charmaine, what's the big deal? We ain't fooling with him no more. So, let's move on. So then we see in the next part where Ryan, he's at his new shop and he got basically, it looks like a temporary staff because he's hiring for staff and he's hiring for interns and everything and marketing. So what he has right now though is temporary staff. He's like, they'll probably be here for the weekend, but he wants to take them to the Chicago Tattoo Convention, which is like the biggest convention in Chicago. So he wants his team to look great, to look big, to look like, he's still on his game. So he has all these, I call them temps, that he's going to have at the convention. And he's getting all ready and everything, and he getting his team Army Strong, and talking about he feels confident about Nine Mag, and said nobody is going to miss the old Nine Mag. Now I don't know about that, because the old Nine Mag has been together for about 5 years, so I'm really looking forward to find out who he is going to hire for this new crew. Now, in other news, Don and Ashley. Ashley is still set on moving to Texas, taking her kids out of town, because Don once again messed around, cheated on Ashley, and this time the chick, the side chick, the female, whatever you want to call her, she claims that she's pregnant by Don. So not only has he cheated, and Ashley's, pissed off about that, but the girl's also claiming that she's married, that he's pregnant by her. Now, if you remember last season, Don had some infidelities. Ashley took him back once again. They ended up getting married. So she just figured, since we got married, he's going to be true to me. I'm going to be the only one, and all this and that and the third. Mm-mm. As some people say, once a cheater, always a cheater. Now, I didn't say that, but that's what a lot of people believe. Once a cheater, always a cheater, and this cheater proved himself right. So, Ashley sits down and tells Don, they chilling at the Hash Browns restaurant. And she's like, you know what, I'm still leaving. And he's like, well, I don't approve. I don't agree. You can't be separating me from my kids. And she says, well, you know what? I'm just going to leave DJ with you, and I'm going to take the baby. So she's going to take the little baby with her to Chicago, Texas, to her brother. She's going to move down there with her brother, because as she said last episode, she don't feel no love up here. Don, he's cheating around. She don't even want to be in the same city with him. So she's leaving, and she's going to leave DJ. Now, I don't know how I feel about her leaving, because couples, men and women, cheat on each other all the time, every day. Somebody's cheating on somebody. But for you to take your kids all the way across the country because somebody cheated on you, she's talking about she don't feel no love here. Chicago's a big city. You have nobody here for you. She claims there's no support here. So I don't know if she was basically dependent on Don, because I could have sworn she had a nice gig. But you know what? Just remembered she did have a nice gig, but then she had told Don that she wanted to be a stay-home wife. So I'm assuming that she really don't have any support there, because he was her sole support as far as financially, you know. So she must then stack her chips up right, because she has to move to Texas with her brother for some kind of support. She claims emotional support, but it's probably emotional and financial support. So, anywho, she gets up and takes the baby and leaves little DJ with Don, which I guess was kind of smart on her in that move, because DJ's in school and he has some kind of stable life in Chicago, so she don't want to disrupt his stable life in the middle of the school year. So that makes sense. Keep in mind, this was recorded months and months ago, so it was in the school year. So good on that, Ashley. But like I said, I don't know how I feel about her taking her children across halfway across the world, across the United States, just because a man cheated on you. We deal with that all. I done been cheated on before. I might have stayed with a guy. I didn't move. He moved. When we start doing that, ladies, when we start doing that, have you ever been cheated on? And you living with a guy, whether it's husband, boyfriend, lover, whatever, and he cheats, and you move out far away to stay with somebody else, buddy, you got to go. You got to go. But anyway, moving right along. Lily, she gets an idea in mind, and she contacts all of the old Nine Mag crew, and tells them she wants them to meet her at Van's warehouse, his Chicago Rilla warehouse. You know, Chicago Rilla is Van's clothing line that he started a little while ago, and so they're supposed to meet at his warehouse. And so they all get there. Charmaine, Van is already there. Charmaine shows up. Lily, who else shows up? Four and Don. So they all show up and they're like, "What's up, Lily? What's up? Why you want us to meet here with you?" And she tells them about the Chicago Tattoo Convention and that she thinks they should use this opportunity and sign up for it. And all the money that they take in from the tattoo convention, they should use to open up a new store, which is a really, really good idea. I mean, I don't know how much the going rate of tattoos in Chicago is, but I do know that this is a reputable, company, Nine Mag. They're well known. So I'm thinking they should be do pretty good. At least get a couple of grand, and stack some of their own chips and, find somewhere else to tattoo since Ryan left them at the shop without renewing the lease. So they gotta go somewhere. So this I think would be a good idea. So she sets it up and everything and they get ready, to tattoo at the shop and they come to a new name. And what y'all think about it? They decided, well, first they said Royal Ink, which I really didn't like. And then they was like, what about Loyal Ink? And I kind of like that one. It kind of has a ring to it. So that's the name of their new crew, of their new tattoo business is going to be called Loyal Ink. So after they decide to call the tattoo place Loyal Ink, Lily, she kind of pulls on Charmaine. I need to holler at you for a minute since we're, being so loyal right now. And she goes on to tell her, because you remember in the last episode, Violet, she shows up and she basically it was Van's event for Chicago Rilla. He had a fashion show and everything. And Violet, she shows up at the fashion show. And the reason why she showed up was basically to bring some static to Terrence and Danielle's relationship. Because if you remember, she had came to visit Lily and claimed she was so-called, you know, looking to speak to Lily's roommate, but she wasn't there. So she went on to tell her how since she found out that Danielle had is getting married to Terrence, she needs to holler at Danielle and tell her that her man is a cheater. Because in the last season, when they went to Mexico, the Nine Man crew, Violet says that her and Terrence had some oral communication. Y'all know what that means. So anywho, she thinks that Danielle should know that her man is a cheater. And Lily was like, you know what? There's a tattoo convention coming up, but basically, if you say something, just don't, start no drama. Come off the right way. And so Violet was like, yeah, cool. Anyway, she came to the Chicago Rilla Fashion Show and walked up on Terrence and them. And she saw Danielle's ring and she was like, oh, that's a nice ring. Congratulations. I would have congratulated Terrence myself if he would have answered my text message. So after that, Danielle, she said, off air, that she was going to check with her men when she got home to find out what's really going on. And anywho, so back to Lily and Charmaine. She pulled Charmaine to the side to tell her about Velvet. Why I keep saying Violet? Ooh, I know where I got that from. I'm thinking of Queen Sugar because I did a review on that, I think, last night. Sorry, excuse me, I apologize. Velvet. So, Lily pulled Charmaine to the side to tell her about Velvet and to let her know that she came to her house looking for Cobra, which was her ex. Cobra and Velvet Cobra's a female, just in case you really don't watch the show, but I'm hoping most of you guys are Black Ink, viewers. So anyway, she tells her that she said she came to see Cobra, but while she was there visiting, she's told Lily about Mexico and her and Terrence hooking up and everything, and wanted to tell Danielle. So that's basically what Lily tells, you know, Charmaine while they're after they had the meeting about the Chicago Tattoo Convention. And so she's like, basically, I would want to know if I was getting married. So I'm telling you, since we're being loyal, I don't want it to come back that I knew. And, you'd be upset, how females are. So she shows her all the messages, all the text messages that Velvet showed her. It was like 5 pages. And so Charmaine is like, okay, I'm going to tell my cousin Danielle. And so what she does is she invites Danielle over to her house. And she's like, girl, we need to talk. You know how Charmaine is. We need to talk. So she gets there and she gets her little drink and everything. And she tells her, the real reason why Velvet came to the fashion show. And told her, what's up with her and Terrence. Now, allegedly, she goes on to say, Terrence and Velvet hooked up while they were all in Mexico. And she's like, well, I don't know. Terrence, you know how. Okay, I'm going to try to get her little talk right. Danielle, she's like, I don't know. Terrence told me that, did nothing happen. And, I really believe him because, we have a great relationship and all and tell each other everything. So, anyway, so Charmaine had to bust her little bubble and, like, okay, I'm sorry, cuz, fam, Rello, you know, this really happened. Here's the text messages. Check them all out. And the last one was about 2 weeks ago. So she's scrolling through the text messages, and you see her on the show. She's just looking like she can't believe it. All them text messages going back and forth. He talking about he can't wait to see her again, and da 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 da. And when she gonna be back in Chicago? And anyway, the last message was 2 weeks ago. So Danielle, Terrence, he comes home after that she leaves and whatnot, go home. She's up there fixing dinner and, sipping on a little drink in her big glass. And Terrence walks through the door and she's up there chopping, I think it was vegetables. I couldn't really see. They didn't really show what she was cutting up. But I know she had a big knife and she's chopping all out and everything. And Terrence, can you see how he's walking all in the door like he's just looking real nervous. Like for some reason, it seemed like he already knew that something might be going on. Like, I don't know, Velvet may have told him. I showed Charmaine the text messages because you know how them guys are. Once the side chick reveals that he's cheated on the girl, then the dude immediately somehow sneaks off to contact the female. Why you tell? What's wrong with you? That's my girl. Da 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 da. And then they go off and all that. And I'm sure she probably, they had words. Oh yeah, that's why I showed Charmaine the text messages. So I'm sure that's probably what happened. So he's walking in the house looking all nervous and stuff. And it looks like he's sensing something wrong. And she's like, how was your day being all nice and stuff? Like fatal attraction knife. And so, fatal attraction nice. And so she sits him down and she's like, you want a drink? Have a seat. Let's talk. And she sits him down and she's like, is there anything you want to share with the class today? Anything at all? His ass in there like, no, I really don't. I have no idea where you're going with this. And then she goes on to tell him, what Shemaine told her. She showed me the text messages, my cousin, and showed me all the messages between you and Velvet. And and why you didn't tell me about it? Like, girl, he forgot. He forgot to tell you. That's why he didn't tell you. He forgot. But he goes on to say, he's up there, looking all stupid and stuff. And she's like, did it happen? He didn't even lie. I give it to you, Terrence. You didn't lie. You lied the first time when she asked you after the fashion show, and you said wasn't nothing going on. Y'all didn't do anything. But this time, when y'all was sitting down, you didn't lie. You know, you like, I messed up. No excuse. I made a mistake. But we didn't have any type of sex. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. And your fiance, not girlfriend, your fiance that you put a ring on, she don't believe you either. And my thing is, Velvet, out of all people, I mean, for one, she's in your circle. For two, they claim she was a stripper. And being a stripper ain't always a bad thing. Some people make their coins, you know, I know, not in an ordinary way, but they do whatever to make their coins pay their bills. But again, for three, she's in your circle. For four, she used to mess around with Cobra. Five, Cobra is in your circle. Okay, shall I go on? Anyway, so he claims they was on the beach and they was just chilling and they exchanged phone numbers. Six, why is you exchanging numbers with Cobra? Why is you exchanging numbers with Cobra? I mean, even if you was tipsy, even if you was drunk, you was changing numbers. Have y'all seen Cobra and Danielle? I mean, I ain't saying Danielle is like the most beautiful person, female on earth or anything, but Cobra and Danielle, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. You out of line. You out of line, Terrence. You out of line. So, anywho, sorry about the notification. So, anywho, she claims she don't believe him. She gets up and storms out the house, and she tells her, you know what, Terrence, if you wanted to cheat, you shouldn't put a ring on it, which is right. Don't put a ring on it, fellas. If you ain't ready to commit, don't put a ring on it. I mean, some guys do it just to pacify their women. Some guys do it because, and in Danielle's case, if I do recall, she did kind of kept pressuring him towards marriage and everything. But hey, it is what it is now. So hopefully y'all will watch next episode to see how Terrence will crawl out of this hole. Now back to the convention. Nine Mag, they got their stuff together. They ready to go to the convention. They showed up. They got strippers. Oops, dancers. They got dancers. Dancers. So they got dancers. They doing tattoos. They got merchandise for sale with their new name on it, Loyal Inc. And Four shows up with the banner, but then he has to leave because he claims that he can't find his bloodborne pathogen paperwork. And I don't know anything about tattoos, but I do understand what he's talking about. He can't tat without that. He's like, that's basically like to a driver's license, and their whole shop can get shut down before they even open a shop. So he has to run off. But then Don shows up, and he tattoos for a while, and Lily is tatting, and they up there van, and they up there making some money, making some coins, and then Don has to run off because he got to pick up DJ because of course Ashley went out of town, left for Texas, so Don got to do his daddy duties and go to Texas. I mean, go to pick up his child from school. So while after Don and them leave, and after Four leaves, Lily, she's still there, and of course Charmaine, she's still there. And her and Danielle, they walk off to look for clients because since two of their tattoo artists had to leave, they want to make sure they get some clients lined up so that the rest of the people can tattoo and make some coins. So they out there and they walking around and they grab a few clients, and then they see Ryan and his entire new squad, his new crew. And Charmaine, she got to run back because she's so mad, but not mad And that's why Four was pissed off in the beginning, because she's so mad, but not mad. You keep claiming that you're not upset over Ryan and you're not mad, but every 2 seconds I'm sick of Ryan, da, 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 da. So she runs back and she goes and tells Van and everybody, Ryan's here. He got a whole new crew, with him, and they deep and everything, and over there tagging. So we see Caesar. He's at the show, and I'm like, okay, I'm not surprised Caesar's there. He's doing it big up in New York, and he also I think he got a place down in Atlanta too. Um, so he's there, and he's basically asking Ryan, what's up? I see the old crew over here, but I see them over here. What's going on? And he goes on to tell him, I left that crew. I had to get out that toxic situation. And, nobody's respecting me. They don't mess with me. And you know what? So basically, I took my business name, and I created me a new squad. And Caesar told him, you know what? I hope you know what you're doing, because once you cross that line, ain't no going back. And my thing to Ryan, it was not cool the way you left. I mean, I understand that's your shop. You can shut your shop down if you want. You can fire everybody if you want. You can start over if you want. But the way you left your crew in in that way, and it's it regardless of what happened with you and Kat, which is basically the whole reason why everybody fell out, because of the relationship that you had with Kat behind your girlfriend's back. What is his girlfriend's name? I cannot remember his girlfriend's name. But anyway, um, basically, they everybody fell out behind Kat because he was cheating on his girlfriend. I think her name was Melissa or something. No, Rachel. Her name is Rachel. He was cheating on Rachel with Kat, and since Kat has been with Nine Mag for almost since the beginning, and her and Ryan was really super close. But once they started messing around and, having relations, he got busted, and Rachel found out, and they broke up. Ryan was pissed off, and he put Kat out the shop. Didn't want her to have nothing to do with him, nothing to do with the shop. But the rest of the crew was like, this is basically for you people who ain't really been, up on the up and up. Because I've been watching some of the other reviews out here on YouTube, and there are some people doing reviews on this show, and they only started this season, and they were saying how Ryan was right because, he left his crew and started his own business, and they didn't even know why it happened. Then they came back making other reviews saying, I apologize. I just started watching the show, but the real reason is this. So I'm telling y'all the real reason why the whole thing got started, and why Ryan started a new crew and shut down the old shop. It was basically for he was messing around with one of his employees, a good friend. He got busted. The rest of the shop was still real cool with Kat. I think her real name is Catherine or something like that. And they were still real cool with Kat. And so they would bring her to all the events and everything, and invite her to all the trips and everything. And he just kept getting pissed off. And they all got into it, a big fight and everything. So anyway, Ryan vandalized his own shop that he was leasing. He didn't own it. Vandalized his own shop, put bullet holes in it, took out all his stuff. And everything that was left from the other tattoo artists and everything, he destroyed and damaged it, ripped it up, tore it up, everything. So that is why Ryan left and why he started his new squad. So anyway, you're welcome. Just have to fill you in. And so that's why Caesar was like, you know what, once you cross this line, ain't no going back. You about to open up a new shop with a brand new crew, ain't no going back. So Lily, she was the one that I say I feel the most sorry for, because she really don't have nobody in Chicago. And she don't have as much clientele as the rest of the tattoo artists. And it just seems like she don't have no support here. So that's who I feel the most sorry for. But when she approached Ryan and asked him, can I speak to you? Can I holler at you? And he was like, oh, you want to talk to me? I mean, he's just so cocky. Oh, you want to talk to me? And she was like, "Yeah, I want to talk to you." And he's basically, she's just asking him, why? Why you leave us like that? Why? What did we do so bad? That you had to leave us like that, start another crew. He basically just starts snapping on her, like, you know what? Basically, y'all don't want to mess with me. I don't want to mess with y'all. He says, you know what? I shut the shop down. I didn't renew the lease. Y'all just got to deal with that. And I'm like, oh, dang, Ryan. He is truly, truly trying to move on and really don't care about their feelings. And she was like, but I never did nothing to you. Yeah, I said F Ryan. But she was like, that was after you shut the shop down. So she's trying to, I think she's basically trying to grovel at his feet. And I think actually, if he was to tell her, you know what, Lily, you really didn't do nothing to me. You really didn't do as much as those over there did. I think if he was to say, you can join my new squad, I think Lily would go. I don't think she should go. I don't care how much support you're not getting in Chicago and how many less clientele you have than the rest of the crew. But I don't think you should go because Ryan, it just seems like he really don't care about y'all. And if he did that this time, he would do something again. My advice to Ryan, quit sleeping around. Because just because you left this old crew and started a new crew, um, if you stray and cheat on Rachel again, this could be a whole nother situation all over again. So my thing is, stay faithful. Keep messing with Rachel. But as far as Rachel, girl, first of all, let me tell you, when Charmaine and them strolled up, and Van strolled up behind Lily, and they basically, Ryan, that's messed up what you did. Charmaine, that's messed up. You didn't give us no explanation. And Van is up there like, you know what? I thought we better than that. They just going off, and he's basically like, you know what? F y'all. Y'all ain't mess with me. I ain't mess with y'all. I ain't got nothing else to say. So Ryan is basically like, F y'all and Van too. And so Van, he strolls off to my I'm pissed off, and his girlfriend Rachel, she talking about, you know what? She all gangster all of a sudden. Walking up in her, throwing her hands up in the air, like, you know what? I don't give a mess if y'all upset with him. If he ain't messing with y'all, then I ain't messing with y'all. Now, mind you, the whole reason why none of them is messing around is because he cheated on you, Rachel, with Kat. Not once, not twice, but allegedly many times. He cheated on you. And he probably still would be kicking it with Kat if he didn't get busted. Now, I understand you standing by your man and all that, but come on, chick. You you should be just as mad with him as you are at his crew. They got a valid reason why they upset with him. So it just seemed like, as far as from us watching the show, that Ryan cheated on you. He got busted. You probably put him in timeout for 2 seconds like a little toddler, and then let him back into your little life. So while you going off on them, you need to stay out of that. Stay out of that whole situation, because all that is over some female that your man slept with. And just because you forgave your man does not mean that the crew is supposed to forgive Ryan and understand why he's doing what he's doing. So anyway, now, in the preview for next week, I think it didn't show a face, but it did show somebody with a key in their hand and was showing the crew a key, and he was like, "This is the key to our new shop." Now I think it was Van, because it sounded like it was Van. So I think it was Van. So I think he then went and found a new shop, and all they coins that they made at the tattoo convention he put into good use, and they started a new shop. So I'm up here like, okay, if they got a new shop and Ryan started a new, Black Ink Chicago, and theirs is going to be called Loyal Ink. I wonder where is this going to go as far as with the producers, if Loyal Inc. is going to be like a spinoff of Black Ink Chicago, or if they're going to continue the seasons as Black Ink Chicago and just have Loyal Inc. also a part of the show. I don't know. But anywho, so I'm looking forward to next week to find out what kind of shop Van found them. And I know there's going to be like some competition going on, and I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't agree with what Ryan did. I understand why he did it because he wanted to eliminate all the drama, and I think it was mainly for the sake of his relationship. I think if Rachel didn't accept him back and didn't take him back, and y'all let me know what y'all think. You know, if y'all think Rachel wouldn't have accepted him back, do y'all think that Ryan would still be with his old crew and just try to make it work? And also, as far as Ashley and Don, do you think she's making a wise decision by moving half of her family to Texas and leaving DJ up here with Don? And do you think that Danielle is going to forgive Terrence and continue on with the engagement and the wedding? Because you saw she put that ring down on the table after they was arguing before she walked out the house. She put that ring down. She said, "You can have that back." So let me know, and if you have any comments or any ideas of what you think might happen or suggestions on any other shows, like I always say, if you got any suggestion from any other primetime shows or reality shows that I should be watching, let me know. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click subscribe. After you click subscribe, you'll see a little bell. Now, if you click on that little bell, then you will be notified of all my new videos when they pop up. When I come on live, you'll receive all those notifications. And don't forget to like the video. Like. And make sure you share the videos. Share them on your Facebook. Share them on your Twitter. Share them on your Instagram. And I really do appreciate that. Now, tonight, I don't know what shows come on tonight, but I usually do a review like either every day or every other day. So you will probably hear from me again in a few days. Tomorrow is Monday, so you know we got the love and hip hop and everything. I think tonight, basketball wise, come on, and Housewives of Potomac. So I don't know how many of y'all watch Housewives of Potomac, but I have not did a review on that yet. So I'll probably do a review on that tomorrow, and I'll probably just take a couple of the last episodes and just pile it all together in one review tomorrow. So until we meet again, you guys be safe. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Hit that bell and share the video. And I, Miss Primetime, am out.